Well, good morning, Business 10 students. This is Eric Doucette, and I'm going to be covering chapters 6 and 9, or you're going to be covering chapters 6 and 9 here in week 4 of our Introduction to Business class at Chaffey College. You're going to be looking at the topic of management and leadership in today's organization, which is really a fascinating topic because we think we understand leadership and management, and there's a lot of differences between the two, a lot of similarities, and there's all different methods, or even what you might call there's all different types of leaders, and there's also different types of leaders depending on the role they play within an organization. So really fascinating chapter. And then chapter 9 deals with motivating employees, kind of from a leadership standpoint, and what are the different theories of motivation. How do you get people to do what you want them to do? How do you get them to work? And so that's going to be again, another fascinating chapter that you will be looking at this week. So I'm going to go ahead and share my screen here. This is our homepage in Canvas. And because this is an 8-week class, we are second week in our second module. So we are in week number 4. And this week you're going to be looking at those two topics. So let's see, did I get this right? Yeah, so here we are. You're actually in week number 4. So looking at chapter 6, the role of management as well as leadership. And then you're going to be looking at chapter 9. So again, theories of motivation. So I just want to encourage you when you're going through the book that you can read it right here in Canvas. You basically select the page and then you can read it and you can scroll down to the next page and it'll tell you everything that you need to know. Each section of the book you can read by just clicking either next here or next down here. And it'll bring you all the way through chapter 6 as well as chapter 9, all the way till you get to the PowerPoints for each chapter. And once you get to the PowerPoints for each chapter, then you can start the next chapter, read through that, and then that'll bring you to our coursework for week number 4 as you scroll through. And the first thing you have is, of course, your check-in assignment for week number 4, which is going to be answering some questions on chapter 6 and chapter 9. And just so you know, the check-in assignments are only open for 1 week. They're worth 12.5 points. If you don't do it within the week, you cannot make it up, and you lose those points. All it is answering a couple questions out of the book. You need to give me at least a short paragraph for each question, but I'm not looking for essays. I'm not looking for long answers. I'm looking for a brief answer, literally right out of the textbook if you can get it, unless I ask you for a personal question. Other than that, just give me the textbook answer, and then you're done. And it's my way of getting you in the book. It's my way of making sure you're checking into the class. Then, of course, you have homework number 4, which is a survey or an assessment that you're going to take about different kinds of leaders. There's theory X leaders and theory Y leaders, and it's going to ask, you're going to be looking at that in the book, by the way. That's one of the theories of motivation and in chapter 9. And so you're going to be taking an assessment of what kind of leader would you be? Would you be theory X or theory Y? And theory X basically believes that people need a lot of persuading and a lot of motivating to get them to do anything, sometimes even punishment. Where theory Y believes, no, people are already driven. You just need to give them the resources and tools and coaching they need to do their job. So it's really a evaluation of what kind of leader are you. And so please take that assessment and make sure you post the page that has your results on it. And then you're going to be also continuing, or should I say completing, the discussion post that you started last week. And that discussion post is the Puzzle of Motivation by Dan Pink. It's an incredible TED Talk that he gave on how to motivate people. And it's very, I think you'll be looking back on this in years from now saying, I remember that. It's really the challenge or the difference between intrinsic and extrinsic motivators. Are we motivated from within, or do we need to be motivated from without? And it asks that important question and answers it in a great way. So I promise you'll enjoy it. But make sure you watch the video, answer the questions, and then view and comment on at least 2 other students' presentations, or should I say posts. And then you'll have the chance of getting full credit. If you just do your own post, the most points you get is 35 points, which is like a C. But if you want to get an A, you need to comment and view on other students' posts as well. So I'm going to go ahead and change that here to complete discussion post number 2. And you have until the end of the week, this week, to get that turned in. Even though the due date was last week, I always put the most current week's due date in there because I want to make sure that you're not skipping it, that you're actually paying attention to get it done. So that's it for week number 4 in this 8-week class. Again, you're going to also have an exam this week. So because every 2 weeks we end with an exam. So module 4 ends with exam 2, which is going to cover chapters 4, 5, 6, and 9. So make sure you turn that in, and we'll see you all soon. Have a great week. Did I not delete those? I probably